Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Louis Sports Network, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure those notifications are turned on. Make sure you're sharing on the social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Peace and blessings to everybody on this wonderful Wednesday evening. I know it's been a minute. I've been busy like crazy, but we're going to be back on the videos. We're going to be back on the grind. And like I always say, man, I truly appreciate it. Without the channel, there is no without you guys, there is no me. So definitely, I want to give my, shout outs and appreciation to all of my subscribers, all new subscribers, and the ones that have been with the LSN gang since day one. Truly appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. We're going to get back on this content pretty soon. All right. So definitely looking forward to that. But anyway, on in the video. Okay. Once again, shout out to Too Raw for TV because he did this video a couple of days ago and it was talking about Shaq and how would he fare in today's modern NBA. There was a video, I don't remember what video it was, but Shaq, I believe, was on some show. One of you guys can tell me exactly where he was at. And he was talking about the state of today's game and talked about how soft the league is and how he would probably dominate today's game. And so it begged the question, can Shaq dominate in today's NBA? Now, it depends on what you're asking, and it depends on which Shaq are you going to put in this era. Now, I know Too Raw had talked about Orlando Shaq definitely was going to dominate today's game. If you look at, his his strong, but yet he was a lean 300 pounds. I mean, come on, man. I mean, he was a 7-footer doing a backflip in a pool. Like, that's how athletic Shaq was. That's how nimble Shaq was. Shaq was fast. Shaq was athletic. He was just difficult, very difficult to deal with. Now, clearly Orlando Shaq, from 92 to 96, easy, dominates today's game with the spacing, okay? Now, the question now becomes, what about Lakers Shaq? Now, we know about Shaq 2004. Past 2004, if you look, Miami Shaq, Phoenix Shaq, Cleveland Shaq, and Boston Shaq, forget it. He was done at that point, okay? But if we go to Lakers Shaq, you got to ask yourself, which Lakers Shaq are you going to put in today's era? And my answer to that is, I can argue that you could put 97 Shaq to 2001 Shaq in today's era. Because you also have to remember, people are like, well, what about 2002 and 2003? He was still putting up big numbers. I said, yeah, but here's the catch. From 97 to 01, despite the fact that Shaq was starting to gain weight, Shaq was still nimble. Shaq was very quick, and he just had more muscle. Like, he had more girth to him to where he was just damn near unstoppable. And his footwork was a lot better in LA than it was in Orlando. He was just much more athletic. He was much more athletic in Orlando. Still athletic in LA, but utilized more footwork. And, he really developed his game, when he was in LA. Much, much more polished than he was in Orlando. Now, to answer the question, like I said, which version of Shaq would you put in today's game as a dominant center? I can argue to tell you 97 to 2001 Shaq I would put in today's game. I will put in today's game 97 to 01 Shaq. Because 2000 Shaq, people forget this, but Shaq was actually not in the best of shape entering the 2000 season. Phil Jackson made him play 48 minutes for 3 straight games to get Shaq into shape because he saw that Shaq was starting to get tired. That was Phil's method of saying that Shaq needed to get into shape. And Shaq got into shape, and Shaq had a legendary historic 2000 season. Now, going into 2001, after they won the title, Shaq has an historic season, wins All-Star Game MVP with Tim Duncan, wins regular season MVP, and then he wins Finals MVP. Shaq decides to gain weight and starts to work his way into shape in the offseason. During the season, not in the offseason. The offseason, he really took that time to relax, and he gained weight, and he really worked his way into shape in the 2001 season. But even if you guys watched that 2001 season late in the season and you saw that playoff run, it shows you that Shaq was still athletic enough to be able to dominate and play in this era, in this modern NBA. I felt once 2002 hit, Shaq was getting really big, and you could see it in his face. He was getting much more. The thing is, Shaq had played with injuries throughout his career, even when he was younger. It's just, you remember, when you're younger, you can deal with the injuries better than you can once you start to get older. But I felt that once he turned 30 by 2002, that was when his body was really starting to break down. And you can see that not only did he gain weight, but he was getting so many injuries. And then sometimes he was even holding off surgery, like he did with his toe surgery after 2002 when the Lakers three-peated and he won his third straight Finals MVP. Because let's face it, the Eastern Conference did not have a center to match up with him, as dominant as he was. So 2002 to 2004 Shaq, I would say absolutely not, because he was not in the best of shape, but his body was really starting to break down, despite the fact that Shaq had a very good 2002 and still was able to average 27 and 03. In 2003, the man weighed freaking 380 pounds. That's a lot to ask for. He still ran the floor, well, but he was going to get tired with today's NBA with the running up and down and just, this era, the three-point era. Shaq would not be able to, keep up, I think, in my opinion. So I would say 02 to 04 Shaq would not dominate the NBA like 97 to 2001 Shaq. So if you ask me once again, ladies and gentlemen, which Shaq would dominate, Orlando Shaq, clearly 92 to 96, don't matter. Lakers Shaq, people say, well, he started to slow down. Not necessarily. 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, and 2001 Shaq, to me, if he's in shape, even at 325 to 340 pounds, still dominates today's game. It's just 2002 on, with the injuries and the added on weight, he does not, because his body was really starting to break down and really to hurt him. He only had one renaissance year in Phoenix, but that was pretty much it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Louis back with another one. Let me know what you guys think. Does Shaq dominate today's game? Which Shaq do you think is able to dominate that you would put in this era? And I'm actually going to talk about other centers possibly dominating this era in a future video. But anyway, guys, as always, bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.